shout outs of thanks and show you what goodies we are giving away. For those of you that saw the post that I posted to the YouTube channel page on Thursday, you know what all the prizes were and how to enter. So I have written down all those names so we can get started on that. But first and foremost, if you don't know who I am, I'm Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. You can learn a little bit more about me by checking out my website down below, kittensweightsandtarot.com. Maybe checking me out on social media at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, on Instagram. Maybe checking out AZ Off Grid or Desert.Cauldron also on Instagram. And yeah, lots of other goodies that you want to check out those links there. So, what do you guys have cooked up today? I'm interested to hear what you guys are doing this Sunday and also maybe any plans that you have for the week, any meditations, any healings, any shadow work that you guys are doing, maybe some new ways that you're working with your intuition or decks that you're working with. I'd love to hear. But yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, let's see who's here. Oh, wow. Lots of folks. Mike Green. Hey, Lady Night is here. She says, congrats on 10K. Thank you. Susie says, congratulations. We love you and appreciate you. Thank you. That's my mighty, mighty moderator right there. She's showing off the chat love. Teresa Ford is here. KDS worker saying congrats. She says, Zorro, my cat waits with bated breath. Give lots of kisses to Zorro. Patrick is here. What up? Thank you, Susie. I thought I'd bust out the sparkly party earrings, in honor of today. Our friend Nancy from Macron's Intuition is here. Stones of Destiny, Lily, Ginger Faye. Hey, how are you? Yay, so many awesome folks. JKS, hello, hello. All right, you guys. Well, let me commentate. So yeah, here we are, 10,000, over 10,000 subscribers now. I did a post over on my Patreon page yesterday talking about my journey to where we are today, kind of how it all started, why I started a YouTube channel, and just kind of talking about how things have morphed and changed, which is great because we should always be growing and trying out new things. And so that was fun to share. But I talked about starting this channel um, back on July 15th of 2016. So it's been 8 wonderful years. The videos certainly have changed since then. Our live chats, I like to think that the energy of our live chats is the same. We still have lots of fun, but what we do in the chats has definitely changed. I love just kind of where it's gone, and I love where we are today. And I look forward to seeing what happens in the future. If there's still YouTube in the future, or maybe we're just doing this telepathically, and that's cool too. So, oh, hey, Silver Star is here. What's up? She says, congratulations. Hello, all good to see you. Patrick says, I have seen my future self. It was very intense. I released a lot, but very awesome. That's cool. And that's something that I think is great for meditation as well. If outside of this, matrix, time doesn't exist, you can tap into any portion of yourself. There are infinite representations of ourselves in an infinite number of timelines. So if we wanted to tap into, let's say a negative polarity version of ourself, or a different future version of ourself, it just, the more we can learn, especially about the different aspects of ourself, I feel the better, so that we can grow, so that we can heal, so that we can remove all the gunk that's keeping us heavily weighted here in 3D. So very cool. I dig it. Susie says, you still look the same though. Ah, thank you. So, okay. Yeah, so yeah, 2016. I remember when I was first starting this, and I was like thinking, I had been reading tarot for friends and family. I had been already, for a couple of years going into kind of a spiritual practice. I had adopted journaling and meditating every day before I went to sleep. I was still using guided meditations. I still had difficulty just kind of guiding myself into a meditation. But I felt like, what better way to get better and hone my skills than to put myself out there, make myself a bit uncomfortable. And so one way of doing that was first starting the YouTube channel, and then I started an Instagram page. Later on, started Patreon. And then I put up my shop. I created my website, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start doing this professionally because I mean, I knew that one of my hangups, one of my shadows was that I'm not good enough. I'm just not good enough. Well, how do you get better if you don't practice, if you don't try, So I put myself out there. I started doing readings. I was getting positive feedback with those readings. The readings, of course, started to morph and change as I got more comfortable in my skin. And then eventually, that ego voice that used to be so loud, telling me this is what's real and this is what's right and this is what you're capable of and what you're not capable of, that started to get a lot more quiet in favor of my higher self, which became a lot louder. And I started following that way more than the ego. But of course, it was still a journey to get to where we are here, and it's still a journey as I'm still trying my best to listen to that higher self and remove as much ego as possible, so that I can help as many people as possible and also help myself with my own ascension. So that's kind of like in a nutshell how we got here. um, yeah, it was a big nut, just need a big nutcracker. Anyway, um, let's see. Let's get back here. Oh, John is here. Hey, John. Um, Susie says, I'm not sure if the weather is good. She may be mountain biking. Hope so, though. Yeah, Lisa loves to be out on her mountain bike, which is awesome. Mike says, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Ginger Faye, welcoming everybody. Peg is here. Hello, hello. Yancy says, your energy is amazing. Oh, I'm super excited today. Well, I'm happy every Sunday to hang out with you guys, but extra, extra excited today. Yes. And then Susie, a big part of that journey as it morphed and transformed, and I grew and started seeing myself in a different light, from that higher self perspective, and working my way to get myself out of my ego. Well, lo and behold, my twin flame appears. And so, yeah, you guys know him, you love him. It's James, and yeah, he's the voice. If you don't know, he's the voice in our channeling videos, asking all of those wonderful questions. He is my partner out there on the AZ off grid. We're just sharing our adventures here and the things that we're learning, not just like the things that we build here, like physically, and work on, but also talking about the spiritual building, that we're coming together with, and coming together with the land here and the animals, and just sharing all of that. And then what we get to share together, our creations over on Desert Cauldron. And actually, I have a couple of things from Desert Cauldron here, speaking of the cauldron, which is also one of the names for this place. I'm going to be utilizing one of our wands from Desert Cauldron for today's giveaway. I just want to use it to incorporate a very special type energy. And this to me is, I love all the things that we create. I want to first start with that. And I love all the wands that we create. But this one, uh, I was working with this one at first, and then I'm like, okay, eventually we're going to have to sell this one. But this wand here, which I will be utilizing, is made from almost everything from this property. So Here we have a piece of wood here, but this is juniper, a naturally felled piece of juniper branch that James cleaned up, and just it feels really good in the hands. We have a beautiful quartz crystal at the top here and a quartz sphere at the bottom. I believe these are our Brazilian quartzes. And then we have some sinew and deer leather from our friends over on the reservations in Montana. But right here, this is the extra special piece. You're probably wondering, like, what is that? Is that like a half painted something? This is a piece of Anasazi pottery, but through our channelings, we learned that they like to be referred to as the Atul. So this is Atul pottery. This is almost 2,000 years old, and this was found like right, literally right over there. And you can see it still has their brush marks. You could still see like as if this was created yesterday. The paint is still so vibrant. It's um wow, it's amazing. The reason I wanted it on a wand is because what we've learned is a portion of those peoples, the Atul people, ascended from this location. And so, how synchronistic is it that we found our way to this property? And it was like, and everything just kind of fell into place. There was no difficulty in getting this place. Well, I mean, at first, but then once there was some blockages that were open, it was like everything came all at once, you know? And it was just like a tidal wave. But now that we're here and we're connecting with, technically aspects of ourself. We are the trees, we are the animals, we are the people that ascended, we are the spirits here, we are the everything, the elements, the wind, all of this. And so yeah, so this just is very special to me. So yeah, whoever ends up getting this, I mean, it's got a call to you, I feel. So yeah, I'm going to be using this for our giveaway today. And I have a candle that I'm burning down to see how many days of continual burning I get out of this. And this is from the candles I just created for Desert Cauldron. And it has taken a couple of seasons, but I made them. They're done now. So I have this one that's burning. You can see it's the flames just barely past the rim. But this has been burning for about 15 hours now, and it's barely burned down. So these are the witches can candles. And so I chose these cans for their imagery, for the colors, so that people might want to incorporate that onto their altar, turn into their magical practice. I chose certain essential oils for just particular types of energy. James chose some of the crystals for these candles, again, for their energy and however you might want to utilize them in your practice. So yeah, we have these, and we have them in a couple of sizes, but we don't have too many. So count yourself lucky if you're one of the ones that's able to grab one of these before they are gone. We have some smaller candles, and then we have our larger ones. So I'm guessing, just by how slowly this one is burning, and it has a pretty good flame on it. This is probably going to go for about a week or so. So imagine how long this one's going to go. So you're definitely going to get a lot of spell work, altar work, meditation, whatever you want to do with these candles. Yeah, so thought I would just share them with you. And also, if you want to go check it out over on at desert.cauldron on Instagram, I made a little reel about it, just kind of talking about the candles. So I just kind of wanted to share that. But anywho, let's go ahead and have a sip of tea and let's get started. So I made a special tea for today, by the way, like my little kitty cat mug. I have some, this was the moringa powdered herb in here, but I also added jasmine, rose, and hawthorn berry. So I wanted something that was heart-based, grounding, because I knew that if I, was going to be super excited like I am, I need to ground myself a little bit, otherwise we'll be off in the ethers. And also because, I'm so happy I got to share this with you, everything that I've done on YouTube or social media, my website, the readings that I've done, the channelings I've done for people, it's all coming from my heart space. And so I wanted my tea to be representative of that. So cheers. Okie dokie. Oh, by the way, check out this coaster. Of course, I'm going to have little cat Star Trek coasters. Anywho, all right. I have my cauldron here, and I'm going to be putting the names into this cauldron. There's 2 giveaways, however. So the first giveaway is going to be for everybody who is a patron and a YouTube member. All they had to do was be a patron or a YouTube member, and they were automatically entered into their own giveaway. So I have a prize for them. After that, we will go into the YouTube giveaway. So everybody who entered through that post that was on my YouTube channel page. I've written down their names. They're all on these various slips of paper. We'll put that in the cauldron. We'll add a little bit of magical energy from this wonderful wand into that cauldron, so that the people that receive these goodies, it will be for those who need them for their best and highest good. So here are the goodies. So first goodie, this one is for my patrons and YouTube members, and this is an technically unopened, it's unused copy. It's a brand new copy called Your Cosmic Year. And this is by Teresa Chung, and the illustrator is Andrea Davalos. So she is an astrologer. She wanted to create a deck that was based in astrology. So every card would give you like an energy for that day. So there is some writing on the cards. In fact, I think I can show you without getting these out of order or anything. Has a nice little guidebook if you want to take a look at that, whoever whoever gets this deck. So let's do this. So here's the back of one of the cards, and all the backs are different. And you flip it over, it gives you some information. So this one says day of the week, Monday. So, well, it's not Monday right now, but let's say I pulled the Sunday card. It would give you some information like the planet that is associated with that day of the week, what to focus on, lucky colors, like if you want to do a little color magic for that day, an exercise to do. So something to help bring you back into that heart space, bring you back into connecting with your higher self. And then there's a bit of information just talking about, astrologically speaking, what that day represents, that day of the week. So I'm going to put that neatly back in there. So that way it stays mostly untouched for the winner. But also, Teresa Chung did a little write-up for the deck as well, and I posted that write-up on my website in case you wanted to read some of her musings, but I will include this paper along with the deck. Okay, for my subscribers, for all of you wonderful 10,000 plus subscribers, which, wow, when you think about it, that's a lot of people. The grand prize winner will be receiving a Mayan destiny chart, aka Mayan birth chart from me. So they will, of course, have to provide me with their date of birth and the time they were born, and then that's it. And then I'll be able to drop their chart. I'll create a little PDF for them, and then I will do a video walkthrough explaining that chart so that they can more easily understand it. For our second prize, we have a healing journey with the feminine and masculine to divine union. Many of you guys saw me work with this before. My friend Wasima is the creator of this deck. The artist of this deck is Cindy Catherine. I think she did an amazing job. And whoever gets this is going to get a pretty amazing deck. I really love this one. But I was like, I just felt that this needs to go to somebody, so I'm letting it go. But anyway, it has a beautiful black edging. It's very thick cardstock. It's probably like 350 GSM or higher. But those are the backs. And And it's got a very simple keyword on the front. And then you see some of the cards are black and some are white. So they represent the masculine aspect and the feminine aspect. So yeah, this is really going to be good for anybody who's doing self-reflection, healing, journaling. You can definitely do it for readings for yourself, but I liked it for more of a personal reflection. As well as they are going to be getting a crystal from my personal collection. So I went through all of my personal crystals. These are like not crystals that are for sale. And I was like, okay, which one of you babies needs to be rehomed to someone? So setting the intention that it's going to go to the right person. And I have my Druzy calcite geode. So Cave of Wonders there. Anybody who's going on that hermit ride, going inwards, looking for some deep-seated healing, that's going to be this baby. All right, and then our last prize, our third prize, is the Guiding Light Tarot. First of all, I think that this is an amazing looking box, but we want to look at the deck. So this has a guidebook that you might want to check out. The creator of this deck is Victoria Ivanova. And the cards, let me show you, have very interesting art to them. So first of all, great cardstock, probably about 300 plus GSM. We have this beautiful backing with holographic foil. And then here are the images. They're very shadow-esque, looking us to get a bit uncomfortable, look a little deeper, ask ourselves why we might be uncomfortable with a particular card or image or symbolism that comes up. So I think it's great for some of that deeper work. And that's what we're all about here on this channel, is healing. So that's what you're going to get from me. All right. So those are all the things. Let's go back here and see what people have been saying. Oh, Edgar is here. Hello, Edgar. He says, hey, you. Hey, everyone. How are you all doing? KDS Worker was wondering if it's pronounced a tool. Yes, a tool, maybe minus the E, or I'm not sure if there's like a proper spelling. I just know the pronunciation, so a tool.
This one.
Ooh. Hey. Look what James just wire wrapped. Is this the Danbury?
Danbury, Danny B.
Whoa, Danny B coming in for the win. Oh, speaking of wire wraps, for this live chat, I wanted to wear one of James's special wire wraps, and this is his Aquadors. Check that out. I wore this all day yesterday. I love the I don't know, it just feels very peaceful. And it does feel like it connects directly to my throat chakra and my heart chakra. So that's what I'm using during this live chat. So anyway, this one's for sale. So if somebody does buy it, I will have to take it off my neck. But Heather said, beautiful James, wowza.
Thank you.
Silverstar said, so pretty, great taste, speaking to my earth. All righty. And then John says, those are so pretty. And Susie's showing the love to us. Thank you, thank you. All right. So speaking of showing the love, let's first start off with, here we go. We're getting started. We're going to do it. We'll get started with the YouTube member and Patreon giveaway. We'll announce the winner. We'll incorporate our little cauldron and our wand. We'll put some happy thoughts, good juju into it. And then we will go into the subscriber giveaway. And then we'll, of course, do our weekly reading. You know, I don't want to not do a Sunday chat without doing the weekly reading. So of course we'll do that. And then if there's anybody afterwards that would like to do super chats or super stickers, you would like a one card pulled, or, you know, a little channeled guidance, I'd be more than happy to do so. And of course, we'll do our guided meditation as always to wrap up this beautiful chat and this beautiful day. Okay, so let's have a little sip of tea. Okay, here we go. Um, Mike says, say hi to James for me. Well, he can hear, he is right there. Susie says she is sending hugs and healing to our friend Ginger. She says that she's not feeling well, so she's sending love and healing energy to all, and we send it lots of love and healing to you too. So hopefully all the wonderful, positive, high vibes in here and the meditation, all of that, all goes directly to you as well as to everyone else. So hopefully you find it helpful. Sukhbir is here. Hello, hello. Okay, so first, let's say a thank you to my YouTube members. And those YouTube members are Nancy, Kayla, and Liesel. So their names will be going right into this cauldron here. So let's do it. First goes in Nancy, and I saw her here earlier. Boop. Then goes in our girl Kayla. Boop. And Liesel. Okay. We also have some Patreon homies. So Palu, here you go. Thanks for being a patron. All these beautiful supporters here. Heather, in she goes. Liesel, also a patron. Karen, you guys know her as KDS Worker. Boom, in she goes. Myrna. Lily, I saw her in here as well. Our girl Dana. Jamie. Kayla. Syrian. Brandy. Jason. And Brian. All right. All of those wonderful names in there for the very first giveaway. Again, this is for the Your Cosmic Year Oracle. Woo! Here we go, mixing it up. Put my little lid on here. Okay. Everybody sending some good vibes to our friend Ginger. Oh, the birdie's back there, I think, and throwing some good vibes too. Lady Knights has got to run, but good luck to everyone and congrats to the winners. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Susie says KWT is the best. Lily's like, I'm here. Angela said, blessings and hello all to you today. Hope all is well and you are having a happy day. And then we are going to take that beautiful Gaian energy, ascension energy, and just place a circle of light representative of all the lights of the people that are written down within this cauldron and filling it with that healing energy. All right. Edgar says, darn internet going. Yeah, the internet decides now is the time to go in and out. Patrick said, this is fun. All right, here we go. And whoever it is whose name I pull, of course, I will, if they're not here, I will directly contact them on Patreon or through YouTube members. And yeah, that way I can get their mailing address so I can send their goodies off to them. Of course, I might throw in a little extras too. So a little extra thank you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm not looking. Edgar says it's gremlins. Here we go, mixing it up. I don't know if you guys want to do a drum roll. Okay, that just shakes the camera. Never mind. Here we go. Here we go. And our winner is Nancy. From a crone's intuition. Yay! Congratulations, Nancy. Do 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 do. Thank you so much for being a YouTube member. Thank you for all of your support. Yeah, thank you for following me on this journey. Thank you for coming into our live chats, for supporting our videos and all the thumbs ups and the love and everything. So, I don't know. I feel like I should burst out into song, but gosh, what would I sing? I don't know. Nancy, she's the one. She's the one who's so much fun. Nancy is the winner. All right. So, Nancy, if you want, you can contact me since I know you're here. You could contact me either via email. My email is down below. So it's tara@kittensweightsandtarot.com. Or if it's easier, you can go over to Instagram and you can DM me at kittens, weights, and tarot. All right. But yeah, all the links are down below. If you have trouble with any of those, you can also go directly to my website and send me a direct message there too. So, all right. And then just let me know where you would like this mailed to. Like I said, I will include the article that the creator of this deck wrote, her little write up about this. And like I said, I will throw in some extra goodies. So, not just that deck. All right. Thank you, Nancy. Yay. All right, so I'll put Nancy's name there so I don't forget. All righty, Nancy says, I'm so excited. Everybody's doing little dances for her. Let's see. And Mike says, well done, Nancy. Nancy says, awesome. Thank you. John celebrating over there. Susie saying, congratulations. Silver Star saying, Nancy, woo, congrats. Lily's over there blowing her party horns. Kayla throwing in some love, and Susie and Heather. They were doing the drum rolls. I love it. I love it. All righty. Okay. All right, Sukhbir, we will definitely do super chats and super stickers after the giveaway and the weekly reading today. So I will check it out. But yeah, so let's I will keep that in mind. I will not forget. Angela says, yay, wow, what's going on today? Bless you all. All righty. Excellent. So we have our, Angela, we have our 10,000 subscriber giveaway today. So that first giveaway where you heard the beautiful Nancy's name called, she got the YouTube member / Patreon giveaway prize that we had. So now I'm going to take these names back out. And I'm going to be adding in those people that entered the giveaway through my YouTube channel page. So all of these people are subscribers, of course, and they had to answer a few questions. And so those questions were first, let's see, it was the date of our first channeling video that we ever did, which was back in August, a couple of years ago now, actually. So it's like, whoa. But a lot of people just mentioned that it was channeling the gnomes. So yes, channeling the gnomes. If you go to the channeling playlist, that was our very first video, and under that you could have found the date. I also asked who my twin flame is. Many of you guys know it is James. And then there was one more question. I'm trying to remember now because now I'm in such like excitement mode. I can't remember the things that I wrote. But it was basically questions on how much people know about this channel and the things that we talk about. So this is like our deep supporters, because I know that sometimes when people enter giveaways, they may not know a whole lot about the channel or interact with the people here, or things like that. And I wanted this to be very special for the people that have been here, and the people, even if you're just a recent subscriber, the people have wanted to join in, that wanted to help, that wanted to share the videos or have a discussion. They may not agree with everything I said. In fact, it'd be great if people just like didn't agree with things that I said, so we can have a discussion, and grow. So Anyway, thank you to everybody who answered those questions and subscribe to the channel. So first, we got our girl Kayla. And by the way, I noticed that YouTube was deleting comments. So the people that were trying to get into the giveaway, YouTube was deleting their comment as if they never commented. But luckily, I got a notification before it was deleted. So I knew who it was from. So Kayla is going in. We also have our girl Karen, known as KDS Worker, going in the pot. We also have Nancy going in again. And Honeybee Dream. All right, going into the pot. So there is going to be 3 winners. So the first winner is going to be your grand prize winner. That person is getting a Mayan destiny chart done up by me. So we will have to have a bit of correspondence, some back and forth, so that I can get your birth date and your time of birth. So I can do up that chart and have the video walkthrough, and then I can send that to the email that you choose. The second prize will be for the Healing Journey with the Feminine and Masculine to Divine Union Oracle deck by my friend Wasima, as well as my beautiful Druzy Calcite Geode. And then the third prize winner is going to get that Guiding Light Tarot. Okay, so we'll put the lid on, do a little shake, shake. We're going to take our wand. We're going to fill the energy of these people with some good juju. So first, just grounding ourselves with that juniper energy and deer energy. And then we surround the energy of the folks in here, represented by their names, with the help of our Brazilian quartzes and energy of this area. All right. Here we go. If you guys would like to do another drum roll. Sorry, one-handed drum roll. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, everybody's so excited. Here we go, here we go. Ojiba babe, hey, hey, this is the Dodge shared with family. Or sorry, the episode. Yay, excellent. Here we go, drum rolls all around. Easy does it here. Hello, hello. All right, so this is for the Mayan birth chart. And it takes me a few days to do this chart because it's a big thing. So here we go. Winner of the Mayan birth chart, Kayla! Yay! Let me put this down so we can do a little happy dance for Kayla. Kayla, she's the best. She's got Eco by her side. Don't forget Frankie in the air, throwing love everywhere. All right, Kayla. Yay! And Kayla has been a subscriber and supporter for so long, and I just appreciate her energy and all the readings that I've ever been able to do for her, especially with the help of Eco, who I adore her dog in spirit. Like I wish I could have met him when he was physically here on Earth, but the energy he has in spirit, you must be a pretty special person. So so yay, Kayla. So Kayla, I think you know how to contact me. So yeah, you can contact me through the Instagrams, or you can send me an email, but let me know what is your birth date and what time you were born. And I will get that chart to you. Just give me a few days to draw it up for you. I will do it in PDF form, and then I'll do the video walkthrough explaining everything. I can't wait to dive into your chart. Like, let me learn all about Kayla. So, yay! Congratulations. Um, Kayla's like, me not crying. Oh, she says, I always wanted one. Well, hey, it was meant to be then. It was meant to be. Mike saying, well done. Heather throwing around some congratulations. Susie's doing a little dance over there. I love it. Everybody throwing the love around. Angela says, my net is glitchy, guys. I will catch you guys later. Connection clears. If you're still here, love you all. No worries. We'll probably be here. Kayla said, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. Um, she's saying love to all. All right, so there we go. That is our grand prize winner. So I'll put Kayla's name off to the side. So again, I don't forget. Okay, but that's not all, you guys. We have winner number 2. Who's that going to be? So we have this deck right here. Those of you wanting to work on healing the divine feminine and masculine, perhaps using this for relationship readings or unblocking anything that we may have as it pertains to relationships or anything with the divine masculine and feminine and how it pertains to those energies within ourselves. It's a great deck, but also getting my personal geode um, along with their deck. And of course, they'll throw in some goodies, you know. Okay, here we go. Another drum roll, drum roll. Here we go. Winner number 2. Who do we have here? Dun, 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 dun. Ah! Nancy, is it your birthday? Like, what the heck? Nancy is another winner. So she's getting 2 decks and a mega crystal today, plus, like I said, some extra goodies. So, Nancy, woo! Oh my gosh. Okay, this is Nancy's been over there doing some spell work. I know it. She was like, and I shall win all of the giveaway. I'm just joking with you. Nancy, you so deserve it. Thank you, thank you. So let's put this down so we can do a proper little dance for Nancy. Anybody want to do the Kermie? Woo! Yay, Nancy! Let's see. Let's go back here. Kayla said, yes, Susie Eco is here with us for sure. Heather was wishing Angela a beautiful day. Everybody throwing lots of love to Kayla, to Nancy. Kayla's like, oh, gee, Nancy, you go, girl. KDS Worker said synchronicity. Ojiba Babe said meant to be. And Susie says that on May 17th, it was Nancy's birthday. Well, holy shit. That was a couple of days ago. So, Nancy, I'm going to have to bust out my birthday paper. I'll do this birthday style for you now that I know it was your birthday. So I'll make this a nice little belated birthday gift that you get into the mail. Wow. And I'm going to have to sing happy birthday as well. So give me a moment and we'll do that. Nancy said, oh my goodness, I was 77 on May 17th. All the sevens coming in. Well, actually, according to my numerology, the number 7 is kind of like the death card in tarot. So it's about transformation, going into a new era or a new chapter of self. So this could be not only like thinking of in the 3D sense, but also in the spiritual sense. So like awakening to new ideas, soul growth. This definitely sounds like your year. Plus, if we add a 7 and 7 together, I was thinking of like airplanes, like 747. But anyway, so 7 and 7, 7 plus 7 is 14. You add the 1 and the 4 together, that is the number 5. Number 5 also translates to speed. So this coming in quickly, quick transformations and elevations for our friend Nancy. And Susie says, Nancy, you are a beautiful soul. We love you. KDS Worker says, please do sing. Your voice is gorgeous. Thank you. So here we go. We're singing happy birthday to our friend Nancy, who freaking is running away with this giveaway, but so deserved. So here we go. We'll have a little tea. Nancy, this is for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you. That person is going to be getting the Guiding Light Tarot. Woo! All right. Mike says, a sing-along, great. Sing-along, great. Okay, so let's take this off. And here we go. Our final winner, the Guiding Light Tarot, somebody who's ready for some deep shadow work and healing. Let's see who it is. It's Honeybee Dream. Honeybee Dream. So I don't know if she is here, but I will try to send a message through the post where she entered the giveaway in the first place, letting her know that she is the winner for the Guiding Light Tarot. And hopefully I could get her email so we can figure out her mailing address and send her goodies on her way. So thank you so much, Honeybee Dream. I know that she comments on our channeling videos, almost every single channeling video that we've made. She's always sharing our videos. She's always trying to show her support. She often, jumps into our Sunday live chats. So I'm so excited that she was able to win that as well. So yay! I'm so excited. So thank you to Nancy twice, to Kayla, to Honeybee Dream. Yay, Honeybee. She's the one. She's the one who's the queen bee. She's our winner. All right. Yay. So excited. Okay, so let me keep these names with their prizes so I don't forget. So put that there. I'll put a honeybee's name right in front of her deck. And you know what? I will take a picture and post it on the Instagram as well so that I can show off like you guys, my winners, my beautiful supporters, and my friends. I love you guys so much. Silver Star says, yes, congratulations, everyone. Susie said, congratulations to all, and thank you to all who entered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. um, yeah, this is wow. Um, I'm glad that I had the tea that I'm having right now because I need to like ground myself. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so in my heart space right now. It's bursting. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but it's on fire. It's bursting, and I just wow. Yeah, this has been quite the journey. And we continue this journey. This journey is not over. Oh ho ho no, it is far from over. But I can't wait to see where we go next. Um, the birdies agree as they're dancing around back there. Silver Stars, thanks for supporting Tara. We all know she's amazing. Thank you. Nancy says, thank you, Tara and James. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you guys the other necklace that I'm wearing. This is one that James and I created together. Now, this is my personal necklace. So this is not for for sale or anything. But the other day, just to talk about like magical manifestation, we were doing stuff over at our well, and I happened to look down on the ground, and there was a deer toe bone over on the ground over there, and I was like, "What the heck?" And I tapped into it, and it was several hundred years old. It was from around Anna's time. Those of you guys that know Anna, our resident land guardian, slash, she used to live here about 400 years ago, and she is Diné, so she is Navajo, and that there's a grave that's actually over there near the well. We have a few different ancient Navajo grave sites as well as Atul grave sites on this property. But there is a grave over there, and one of the things that was offered into that grave was deer, or at least portions of it. And so when the well was getting dug and some of that earth was pushed to the surface, it didn't push the body or anything to the surface, but over the centuries, the bodies and things kind of move from where they originally were. So that part of the deer kind of had moved to right where stuff had gotten dug up and brought to the surface, hence why this isn't underground. So I thought that that was amazing. I'm glad that deer got to share that with me. And so later that day, I'm walking around, I see some pottery like right here. And this was Navajo pottery, some Diné pottery. It's actually the rim of a pot, and you can see some tool markings on there and everything. And so I thought this has to go with the deer toe bone. James brought out one of his quartzes, our Brazilian quartzes. We attached that. And I didn't want to use leather really, except for maybe this piece because the deer said it didn't want leather directly touching it. So I understood. So I used hemp, but I also used red fabric. To me, the red symbolizes the red thread that connects all living beings. So all things with consciousness. To me, even stones and crystals, they of course have consciousness, and I believe that it connects everything. So to me, this represents the all is one. And just like wearing this is so grounding and so like I can't even describe it. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's kind of similar that this wand and this necklace both have these pieces of pottery. I don't feel like we'll be making any other wands that have this pottery on it because it is very rare. Obviously, that it's finite. That the a tool aren't going to come back from the dead and start making more pots. So, so that's why this is going to be a one of a kind, and it's very special to whoever gets this wand, whoever purchases it. It's not in the shop yet, so you would have to contact us through Instagram. Um, but yeah, it'll eventually go into the shop. So anyway, I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. So yeah, oh my gosh, whew, what a road. um, Susan's saying, Anna, KDS is speaking of red, what is up with King Charles's portrait? I haven't seen it yet. Perhaps I will go take a look ski. What are the reptilians up to these days? John says that's a beautiful piece. Shows up this week on the Instagram post. Yeah, or showed up well on the Instagram post. Yeah, we wanted to do a little post of this, but it was so hard to get this posted to Instagram. We noticed that when there are certain vibes with like even us not saying anything specifically or even putting it in the description, it's just certain energies that the algorithm, which most of you know, it's a 4D algorithm. It's not just something that was created here in 3D and some like computer person created this algorithm. It has a consciousness. It does read energy. It does read you. So it does know what you're putting out there and what your intention is. It's why some people say, oh, well, it's the phone that's always listening. And that's why it seems synchronistically that, you were thinking of Domino's Pizza. Now Domino's Pizza popped up, but you never said anything about Domino's. And then now it's there. It's reading energy. So it knows what your intentions are. And that's how it adjusts its algorithm. So anyway, it really didn't want this posted. So this showed this to like 20 accounts or something lame like that, because it just didn't want it out there, even though we weren't like even selling it or anything. It was just, it didn't want the energy out there. That's how we know we're on the right track. We're like, oh yeah, shadow banned again. um, let's see. KDS says, have you seen pics of imagined hell? I have not. But speaking of that, what we got from our various channelings, that when we think of like heaven or hell, that it's there, it looks different based on our opinion or religious influence and things like that, so that when we do cross over into what is technically still considered the cube, um, before coming back in for reincarnation, that there is a certain amount of ego that goes with you, unless of course like you're ascending, that's something different. But when it's like a natural passing and the ego goes with you, it's the ego that determines what the soul is seeing on the other side. So if it's thinking I'm going to hell, and that's what it truly believes, then that's going to be the reality, is some souls see. But remember that that's not permanent. It's not, things always change, and that souls grow on the other side, just like we grow here on Earth. So, just like when we talk to the spirit of Princess Diana, the spirit of my grandmother, and things like that, that they're still learning and growing. And so, even though, let's say, initially something believed they were going to heaven or they're going to hell, in whatever religious sense that may be, um, that's what they see at first. But of course, they can do a bit of soul growth, and they don't have to stay there or have that continue to be their reality in 4D. So that's interesting. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's interesting food for thought. I would love to hear other people's takes on that, but All righty. Susie said, love, love, love. Acadia says, I understand, but fiery red hell is commonly the image associated with hell in this dimension. This portrait looks like depicted hell. Ah, I see. Very interesting. Mike says, I'm so glad to be here with you all today. We're happy to have you. Katia says, I'm more curious about the suggested messages to the people. Interesting. Yeah. And I think that, let's say, because I'll have to maybe go look at these images for myself, but um, when images like that are put out there, I believe that's a part of the programming. It's to seep into our collective consciousness that this is what this I don't know, space looks like, that hell looks like this. You must manifest this. What we learned from Antarctica, which we had no idea we were going to be talking to the giants, they were talking about how a lot of times, um, some religions will say that hell is like down, like you go down. Even in Greek mythology, the underworld, and Egyptian mythology and things like that, there's this underworld that seems less than desirable, and it's always under, it's always down. But they said we are in that down, and like we we guarantee you we're not demons and we're not bad things. They're a mixture of polarity, just like we are, and it's just another world that's down there. But what a way to condition people and program people to be fearful, or even want to push away what lives in the below, and limit understanding. So that, let's say, these giants or dragons, or the kraken, let's say they make their way up out of the doorway of Antarctica. Let's say they remove their ego, they break through the doors, and they come up to the surface. Our automatic response, due to our programming, would be these beings are evil. They came from hell. And also, we've been programmed that things that look like the Kraken are evil through movie programming, things like that. Giants are bad, they're evil. And so, and these beings say they communicate telepathically. So if we're not in that mode, we wouldn't hear a word they say. We'd be like, "Nuke 'em, boys," and that's crazy. So it's interesting. The programming goes deep, and it's very crafty. They're a, a lot more steps ahead than our ego is, for sure, but not that far ahead from a higher self, because higher self is right there with them. Oh, let's see. Um, oh, okay. So Susie was saying, that's right. Our friend Subbie had a general crypto market question. I can't do specific advice because that is, like we mentioned before, it's heavily controlled, where it doesn't have a natural flow, like a natural timeline flow, like things to move organically. Like, let's say people in a relationship, that's organic. It flows according to, higher selves and needs and wants, and who needs what lesson and how they're helping each other. There's a very natural flow to it. When we dive into things like crypto or money, which is one of our major control systems on this planet, um, it's uh, it doesn't have that organic feel to it. It's not like money just kind of moves and flows as it should, but there is a matrix control to it, so that the people who they want to have it will have it. The people they don't want to have it will not have it, and it's just kind of a way to keep us within this matrix. So yeah, trying to predict like exactly where crypto or any of the digital currencies are going, or even our literal currency or gold and silver, those are highly controlled markets. So we can say in general what the collective consciousness is moving that energy towards, but it would be to a point. It would hit a wall, because then we're going to hit the matrix wall. And the matrix decides from there on out kind of what happens with it, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I can definitely look into general for crypto. I don't mind doing that. Um, Susie says the monarch butterfly represents MK Ultra symbolism by his shoulder. Interesting. Hey, Billy's here. Hey, hey. She says, sorry for neglecting you all. How's it going? Billy, it's great to see you. Billy is another one of our mighty, mighty moderators. You notice that wrench right by her name. Yes, we have missed you so much. She says, hi, Pain, making things tricky. How about you? Well, stay tuned for our channeled guided meditation. We'll definitely send some good vibes your way. John said, Inuit people thought the Abrahamic hell sounded like heaven. I mean, a fire that never goes out. Sounds great when fire is hard to keep going and is integral for survival. Yes, very true. Susie is sending healing to our friend Billy. Yes, yes. Oh, Billy, no worries. You're not bringing us down. In fact, you're coming in to help dance in the high vibes that we have going here. We had a wonderful giveaway here today. That was a lot of fun. John's like, I thought money grows on trees. Well, technically, if we're talking about just money is an energy, well, heck yeah, it grows on trees. um, some people think that they grow on little trees. For my green folks out there. Anyway, Billy said, hi, sorry for neglecting how are things going with the property. Are you settled in nicely now? We sure are. Everything that we could ever want is it's already here. Now we're just making it a little bit more homey, but the well's going well, solar is going well. We have a little creek now for our friends back there, our little birdie friends. So yeah, I'd say we settled in quite nicely. Katie says, Billy, I send you caring vibes with hopes pain is managed the best it can be managed. Yes. Yeah, Billy, I think that we've been having a few buffering issues. Yeah, let's get into our weekly reading, and then we'll pull a card for our friend Sukhbir as a more general cryptic message, like more for him personally. And then yeah, we'll do some more, you know, super chats, super stickers, and then we'll do our guided meditation, a little healing for everybody. Okay, so let's see what deck that I want to use. I want to use the Synchronicity Oracle because synchronicities. But also, let's see, since this is a party, we're going to need some ice cream. Here we go. And we're going to need some candy. So, gosh, what was the name of this deck? This is V Love and Crystals. She created this deck. Um, but I know it has sugar in the name. But anyway, it's the candy deck. And then we have our ice cream oracle. So let's pull our cards for this week. And so if you're pulling cards along with us, which I highly encourage, let us know what decks you're working with. Or maybe you're just pulling down some good old-fashioned intuition, in which case I love channeling as well. Or maybe you're using pendulum, maybe you're using runes. Let us know what you guys are using for this week's reading. Let me get these out of their tingies. All right. Okay. Okie dokie. I like the backs. It's just like so fun. It even looks like party, like a little kid's birthday party. Billy says, has anyone had any messages from the Princess of Wales? Very worried about her. Well, I think what a lot of people have been kind of tapping into her energy have been getting is that she's already crossed over. And it's, I don't know, people have kind of different points of view based on kind of what they're getting, but basically what they're showing is not the real Princess of Wales. That it's more of a let's think of what we can do before we can come up with like a real story. So just kind of keeping everybody in a waiting period. Out has to the whys and the hows and things like that. That's something we would have to go more deeply into like a channeling. But as far as just connecting to the soul and me just kind of briefly tapping in, yeah, she's not in 3D any longer. At least the version that we were accustomed to. But a lot of stuff is coming to light, and yay Aquarius. That's all I can say. Age of knowledge. And also we're in the year of Kaban, which is all about knowledge and reflection. Let's see. KDS is feeling that it was a brain death. This is saying yes, also very sad. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, as much as there is light, there's also shadow on this planet, but we can always learn from the shadow. I feel it's not anything to run away from, running away from negative polarity or running away from shadow. And of course, we're not going to, if you're of the opposite polarity, it's going to be very hard to understand a polarity that's not yours. Like, let's say if you're a positive polarity, it would be just almost repulsive to try to understand negative polarity or the shadow. But I feel like the more we throw ourselves into that uncomfortability and try to understand it, the more we can understand the negative polarity and the shadow within ourselves, because we are a mixture of both. And in that understanding, at least, we can bring ourselves into kind of a balance of understanding. Maybe not that balance of like I am positive and negative, but more balance of choice. Like I choose to be this polarity, or I choose to be this, because now I have a clarity on those two different polarities. So yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, when we hear about these stories, we can feel very sad about them. And yes, I agree. But also, what can we learn? What can we learn from these stories? How can we bring that into our own journey and understanding? How does this aid me in my own lessons? And what part of this, since it is in my reality, is being reflected in my reality? Um, and how can I transmute it if it's something that I don't like? So, always something light in the darkness, and vice versa. Let's see. Susie says, I hope she's well wherever she went to. Yep. Uh, Billy was wondering if it was by her hand or others. KDS is feeling from her intuition that it might have been from others. But yeah, like I said, go inwards, tap in, and see how you can use that information though to your benefit through your for your own healing. Um, that's something for me to reflect on too, since this is coming up of my reality. Okay, so let's slang a few cards here. Let's see. I want to use the synchronicity deck for our theme card for this week. So let's do that. And then I'll pull from our candy deck and our ice cream oracle for a little clarification for this week. So here we got our little candy deck. Pull a card from here. Bada boop. And a little ice cream for our little party here. John says, this week I've been getting a lot of vulture energy. Are you kidding me? Vulture energy? That's been coming in hot for me as well. It says, and with that, it feels like sky burial energy, transmutation energies into rebirth, a transcendence. I feel like it's time to go inward. Definitely. Um, yeah, there was a day, it was like a giant vulture was flying overhead. We pulled some cards on it. Actually, I no, I had some runes, and I had my Pachamama runes, and I pulled the rune for vulture. Like it was like like what? I was literally trying to tap into the vulture, and I pulled a vulture rune, and just yeah, this was a time for great change. And for those of you that don't know what a sky burial is, um, there was certain cultures that would take the deceased and they would put them up high up into the trees, so that basically the birds and everything would carry away their bodies, carry them almost up into the heavens, the ethers, to be transmuted into something new, so that the body would essentially disappear. So it's the same kind of thing when we think of when, I guess, we're burying somebody into the ground, that they're going to transmute into something else. They turn into something else, both physically and energetically. But there's also the above version, doing that as above, so below. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a card here. Okay, so theme for this week, we have Empress. What a beautiful image there. Let's see. Billy says, thank you. Poor Kate. Deja vu from Diana. How could William allow that to happen to his own wife? After what happened to his mom, my vibe is Harry did absolutely the right thing by his family. Well, something to tap into, see how these aspects of ourselves, because yes, all these different people that we see in the news and things like this, they are aspects of us. So instead of diving too deeply into their story, what's coming up for them coming up for us? What do they have to teach us if that is an aspect of us? Um, KDS says, I'm stuck with my intuition, focused on medical situation, have not made sense of the transaction. Ah, Susie says, I feel more information will come to light because we start Gemini season tomorrow. Boop, boop. Hello, fellow Gemini sons out there. KDS says, I don't get that William is who he is portrayed to be. Always look into the soul. Mike says, living in England is hard at the moment. Uh, I think it's the world is going through a transformation. So it may be difficult no matter where on the planet we may live. It's just a feeling, it's just an energy feeling that we have. John says, synchronized with my brothers and sisters here. Ojiba Babe says, living in Arizona, yes, seeing vultures everywhere. Did a sweat last week, and after coming out, vultures flying over. Then on a prayer run last month, we went by a tree with 10 huge vultures. And by the way, vulture came up in my dreams as well. I don't quite remember the whole dream, but all I remember is that I looked up in a tree and I thought there was a giant raven there, which we do have ravens here. But and then I thought there was a vulture in the tree behind it. But when I looked back at the raven, I realized that it was actually a vulture and not a raven. And then all of a sudden, it was like the trees were filled with vultures. And that's the only part of the dream I remember. I think this was a few nights ago. But I do see that as um, transformative type energy, like a release of sorts. And since they are high up in the trees, it's to me, at least symbolically, having the higher perspective, like when I go in meditations and I do healings, and keeping that higher perspective is what's helping that transformational process. So, very interesting. I love all this. Um, John says it can be difficult to become anything. Yeah, I mean, think about how caterpillars feel just before they turn into a butterfly. That must feel really weird. I would think. Um, Billy says that cat distribution network is keeping an eye on me. Have been adopted by two of the neighborhood cats. They have converted me to a cat fan. Oh, coming in to help you with that feline energy. Excellent energy of independence, but also love and um, higher perspectives and all the wonderful things that cats represent. John says, I love vultures. Katie said, me too. Alrighty, so okay. So I feel like this week is really asking us to honor our or reflect on how we're feeling this week. I mean, physically. Yes, we could be feeling a certain way, energetically, mentally. Of course, keep all those things in mind. But if you're really feeling like, let's say, I feel like I want to do a lot of things right now. Like I feel like I want to do projects, but you're telling yourself, no, I'm supposed to be taking a break right now. Like I have to be doing this, but your body wants to do otherwise, or your energy wants to do otherwise. Really listen to what your heart is saying. Listen to your energy, listen to your body. Sometimes we do things that are contrary to how we're actually feeling inside because our ego goes into the oughts. Like I ought to be doing this right now. I should be doing this right now. And then we find ourselves in quite the pickle later on. Let's say, for instance, I don't know, our body or our energy is like, I don't feel like doing much right now because, a lot of things go on in the unseen worlds, right? That are all right here. And so we may be needing a time to just kind of let things run their course, do their thing. But we decide, oh no, I should be doing this thing right now. And we go to do that thing, and we might find that it's more difficult to do the thing. Maybe things aren't working right. Maybe they implode or whatever happens, because our energy now being pushed outward is saying, hey, remember that feeling you had to slow down, take a break? Well, I'm going to force you to take that break by making it really hard for you to do the thing that you think that you should be doing right now. No. Or if you're just trying to relax, but you really want to be doing something else. Your body, your mind, your energy is calling you to go create a painting or something like that. But you're like, oh no, I have planned in my calendar that Sunday I sit. So that's what I'll do. So it might be more difficult to just sit and do nothing. There will be reasons why you have to keep getting up. So just kind of keep that in mind this week. Oh, hey, hey. I think we've made a sale. But keep that in mind. I know that our ego mind feels like that if we don't get certain things done, it's the end of the world. Or that if I don't take the break that I planned for myself, I'll never have another break again. This is the very limited thinking of our ego, because it can't see the future. It doesn't really see how things play out. So it's very limited in that. And although it may have our best interest at heart, in a 3D sense, it's like in 3D, you must be doing this, you must be doing this, but we're trying to expand ourselves. So listen to that heart, listen to that energy. What does your body want? And listen to it. It may not be in alignment with what you had planned for the day, but there's so many other days. Time is just a dream anyway. So there we go. That's our theme for the week. So I'm interested to see what the ice cream oracle and our little candy oracle have for us. Let's go back here. Ooh, people are talking about cat energy. And Katie says that she has one orange and one calico. Ooh, Billy finds cat energy to be amazing. I too love the feline energy. This is why I love James. um, John said, protection. Cats bring protection and good fortune. Ojiba Babe says, yes, and how the digestion for vultures start as soon as they swallow. Wow, fast energy. Katia says, I think these two cats have decided that we are leasing our property for them. Of course, of course. Billy says, OMG, spot on. I've been on neurodivergent burnout, have been struggling big time since November, and got to the point where I have had to stop completely and just bed for a while. Totally what you say. Yes, listen to the body, listen to the energy. Mike says, my cat is called Bella, and it's just me and her. She is my best friend. Aw. Katie says, my cat is my BF too. She said, I think Zorro is likely my guardian angel. Billy says, my body wants water and sleep and quiet. Brain is giving me a hard time as garden going nuts. Ah. Oh, Mike says that his cat sleeps on his back. That's so sweet. My cat Wally used to do that. It was very hard to get up, because then I would like slide out of bed without trying to disturb him on my back, and then I would just stay hunched, and he would be like annoyed. And I'm like, I'm trying to get up here. He's like, I have other plans. He was probably just telling me, your ego thinks you need to get up right now, but no, maybe you stay here and meditate a while. um, Patrick says, my higher self let me feel how it is having no ego. It was very weird, but also nice. That's cool. I've experienced that before. I mean, when I channel, my ego's off to the side. It goes to sleep somewhere. So I guess I kind of experience it in that way. But as far as like just being in a meditation, I've had a couple of times where it was like, this is what it feels like to have absolutely no ego. And it was just like, it was very different, but it was awesome, man. It was so awesome. So that's what we're going for. Um, Bill said, random interesting story. Having a massive panic attack, went to the back door to breathe the air, and the neighbor's cat jumped over the fence to sit with me. Ah, bringing you back to the present, bringing you nice and grounded. What a sweet little angel, helping you out with that. Um, Katia says, we have boxes that we are not allowed to throw away or move. Zorro loves his boxes. We used to do that with Wally and Loki. There are certain boxes that were just their boxes, and that's part of the furniture now. Susie is sending Billy lots of love and adding her to her prayers tonight. John said, of my four, one of my four cats sleeps on me. My wife hates it. The three of them. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's like where's room for the wife? Okay. Let's. Oh wow. Here I just looked at our cards for this week. So we have insanity. Look at all these little lollipops. And then we have candy loaded. Lots of busy, busy energy. It's a social gathering, celebrations, special events. Well, we did have a celebration today. That was quite wonderful. I know that you guys have been having some birthdays, but more what I feel this is speaking to is the opposite of the advice that we are getting. So this might be the energy that is coming up for us this week, where it seems like it's frantic and it's all over the place, and it's buzzing here and there, and it may feel very, I don't know, just unbalanced in our bodies. And so um, this is why it's very important to listen to what the body is trying to say, and also what your energy, your intuition, your heart is trying to say, because it may go against the energy that's surrounding you. So, like the example that I gave, the energy around you might be a very go, 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 masculine, outward, type energy. We got to get things done. You got to do this. And if you don't do it right now, it's just going to get bigger, or whatever the ego tries to convince us with. But the body may be saying, hey, just chill out, just slow. Like things will get done when they get done. No need to get them done right now. um, and that's what we listen to, that's what we respect, because there's a reason behind it all. And that's where we go into meditation. That's when we ask the intuition, what is the reason for me needing to be still right now? Why is my body asking me to chill out when I feel like electricity all around me telling me to move? Why is there this out of syncness? And so that's the inward reflection this week. And I think John was talking about, especially with the vulture energy, that this is a time to definitely go inwards and reflect. It's very easy for us to become unbalanced and swept away with all of that crazy swirling energy. And we may be like, oh, I'm just, honoring the energy that's around here. I'm just trying to go along with it. But is that really what your higher self wants? Is that what your heart is calling for? So it's some inward reflection. Decide what's best for you. So all right. All right. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So that, whatever I'm feeling outside of myself, I'll definitely have to do a check-in with my actual self. Like, what do you want to do? um, let's go back here. Billy said, thank you so much. That cat has a cardboard box with a towel in it. That's his. If he visits, he often jumps in there. Aw, so sweet. John says she wishes it was her. Oh, with the cats, I mean. Mike says Lollipop Men from the Wizard of Oz. Yep. We represent the Lollipop Guild. Heather says, I have to go. Congratulations again. I'm off to work. Have a beautiful day. Sending you all hugs. Lots of love to you, Heather. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all of your love and support, as always. Um, Billy sending a silver star off with a namaste. Everybody sending her off with lots of good vibes. Oh, Lisa's here. Hello, hello. John says that's how the energy sweeps you away. Exactly. Um, and Alyssa was wondering if we're doing personal readings. Well, we are now. We just finished up our weekly reading. So now we will be diving into our super chats and super stickers for personal readings. I did want to pull a card for our friend Sukbir, doing a general reading as it pertains to what would be for his best and highest good looking at the digital currency. So not looking at predictions for the digital currency, but more for him, what he could focus on, what would be helpful for him. Um, Billy says, when that conflict comes up, I try to ask myself, how much will this really matter in 5 years? I try to do that too. um, John said, heck yeah. Alrighty. So let me put these cards off to the side. So let me pull a card for Sukbir since he had paid earlier. Did a little super chat there. Okay, I want to use, let's use the ice cream oracle because ice cream oracle. Alrighty. So let's go with our friend Sukbir first. And then if anybody else would like to do super chats and super stickers, now is the time, homies. And by the way, if you're wondering how this candle is doing, still going strong. It might have gone down 1 inch since yesterday. So these are some long lasting candles. I'm pretty smitten with myself right now. Okay, sip beer. Let's tap in. What do you need to know for your best and highest good surrounding digital currency? Ooh, we have key lime pie. And it says good omens, luck, and blessings. Key lime pie sounds delicious. Okay, but we're not having key lime pie right now. Let's tap into this energy. Okay. So the message that's coming forward is to look into what you hope to gain from this digital currency. I mean, on the, of course, in the 3D, we might say, well, I want to do really well in this digital market because, I want to be rich or, I want to be able to afford this. But think about what the money or even the digital money is truly representing to you. It might not just be the things that you want or to pay off bills or that, but you might be looking for the energy of freedom, the energy of personal power. And so to start taking a look into other areas where you might be looking for freedom or looking for personal power, but you're looking at it through the lens of like a middleman and money being the middleman or the digital currency being the middleman. And so, if that's what you actually wanted, then it's not the money that you wanted in the first place. It wasn't the digital currency money that you wanted, but the freedom itself. So then you can take that when you go into meditation. Why am I feeling not free? Why am I feeling I don't have personal power at the moment? If that's something that I'm seeking, then I'm saying I don't have it. If it's something that I want. So why do you feel you don't have that at the moment? Where is that coming from? And that's where we go a little bit deeper. Perhaps there is some limiting beliefs. It could have been programming, from family, from society. It could have been traumas, growing up, the maybe a lack mentality and feeling very restricted because the family or whatever maybe felt like they didn't have enough money or enough of something in order to make themselves feel free. So maybe you internalize that. Um, so just something to, I guess, chew on later during meditation. Why don't I feel free? Why do I feel I lack personal power? Why am I seeking it through this middleman, aka money, to get the things that I want? Why do I feel I couldn't just manifest them directly if I am a powerful light being inside this little 3D vessel, and that light being is eternal and you know is source energy? Why couldn't I just make something manifest? Why couldn't I just bring that into my reality? What is blocking me from bringing that into my reality? And of course, there's learning in that as well. So there you go, Supir. I hope this helps you out. Let's go ahead and give these a shuffle. All right, we have some friends coming in. All right, our buddy John. Billy says, epic cup you have there reminds me of Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro in the Studio Ghibli film. I have that little I have the Totoro charm in my charm bag. So that's funny you should bring that up. I had to figure out, I was like, who is this guy? And then I saw that it was a little like a it's a Japanese anime cartoon. So it does look like that. Very cute. And then we have Ojiba Babe. We'll definitely dive into your reading as well. Oh, Susie's saying it's a happy early birthday. So after we do John's reading, we'll wish you a happy birthday and then do your reading. Um, John says, I have to step away for a sec. No worries. Um, did you have a particular question in mind? Perhaps something general? Let me know. Emily is just saying hi, love your videos and your lives. Hey, how are you? And Susie's saying, beautiful message for Supir. All right, so we have John and then our friend Ojiba, who is actually having a birthday pretty soon. Excellent. Okay, so let me have a sip of tea here. Well, I suppose when John gets back, he will post his question. So maybe in the meantime, then we can go with our friend Ojiba Babe. Says, I want a reading about anything. I also have a birthday on the 24th, so perhaps a little birthday reading for you. What you need to know for your best and highest good for your birthday. And after the reading, I'll sing you a little happy birthday. All right, and then we have our friend Karen. Excellent. We'll do a reading for you as well. All righty, so let me, wow, how did my cards get all crazy in this deck? It's interesting. I don't do reversals, so that's interesting. Okay, Ojiba. Okay, interesting. So Ojiba, when I was tapping into your energy, maybe we'll see how this relates, or maybe you understand it. But I saw the intro to Pee Wee's Playhouse. You know, the song they sing, and then he's walking through the playhouse, and you see like Sophie, like the couch is singing and dancing. You got Genie. The doors opening. Everybody's like everything is animated and all of that. So that's interesting. I was seeing Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Playhouse. Haven't seen that show in a long time. Okay, let's see what this means for you. Oh, you also got the candy loaded. Well, that makes sense because I mean, you said your birthday is coming up, so all right. So let's tap into this. Okay, okay. So message coming in from your higher self, and okay, now I understand. The Pee Wee's Playhouse thing makes sense. That yes, you have a birthday coming up, but that shouldn't be the only time that you celebrate yourself, that you feel joy and happy with like the things that you accomplished. Like wouldn't say like aging is an accomplishment, but like where we throw celebrations for ourselves usually is only at certain times, like that are deemed appropriate in society. So it's like, oh, birthday, sure, we can be happy with ourselves on our birthday, or anniversaries. Oh, that's the only time that we can show love to our significant other, or maybe on Valentine's Day. But like there are these certain days on the calendar where we're given permission by world, society, matrix, or whatever, saying this is the only time you can have joy or feel good about yourself. Because it feels like some of the programming that we've taken in is that we need to put ourselves last, that we're somehow always last, and that if you boast about the things that you've done, or you're excited to talk about things that you've created, or something that you're really proud of yourself, that oftentimes we're told, that's just it's being prideful. You want to be modest. You don't want to ever speak up. You want to keep yourself lowly. You want to basically bring down your self-esteem. Make it so that you feel that you don't have anything worthwhile to share or to celebrate, that everybody else should come before you. The matrix should come before you. And so, this is a reminder, with this birthday coming up, that you don't need a special date on the calendar to feel like you can talk about yourself, that you can celebrate the things that you've done. And it doesn't matter how other people feel about it. Other people might say, oh, you're being a little extra, or you're talking too much about yourself, or whatever it may be. But remember that we're all mirrors for each other. So if somebody is feeling triggered by you expressing yourself, first of all, you would look inwards and say, whoa, like, is there any validity in what this person is saying? Of course. Um, but then in that reflection, you might realize that they're just feeling that way about themselves. They feel like they can't express themselves. They feel like they can't celebrate themselves. And so I would say, don't dim your light or back down in order to make somebody else's ego feel good about itself, because that's the opposite. We're not trying to soothe other people's egos. We're helping people to heal just by being ourselves sometimes. So just be you, even if it's triggering to people, because they need to see an example of what they feel they cannot do within themselves. And maybe, just maybe, you might show them the way where they're like, hey, you know what? That person over there, she seems to be having a great time. I want to have a great time too. Maybe I should stop putting myself down, and maybe I should celebrate myself a little bit. So, just saying. So have a happy, happy birthday. You rock the crap out of that birthday. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Ojiba says, I got the Pee Wee vibe when I see that card for some reason. I know, right? Um, let's see. We'll look into KDS Worker was saying, also our buddy John, that I don't even put my birthday on Facebook because I don't want people to wish me a happy birthday. Oh, but we're all each other. We're all one. She says, I was always told to be humble from a kid up until now. Susie says, I agree. People shouldn't dim their light. Jiva says, yes, I needed this. All right, so I see John's question. Okay, all right, so let's do a little happy birthday pretty soon. So here we go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ojiba. Happy birthday to you. Boop, 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 be doop, boop. All right. I hope you about a client and suddenly quit. I pray it's not D. So we'll definitely look into that. Karen, we're going to send you lots of healing vibes as well. Suzu's saying, Karen, sorry about your client. She's saying, I'm tearful because I know the risk involved. And so I would say, Karen, just get yourself in a nice grounded place at the moment. And we'll definitely take a look into it. All right, let's see. Let's look at our buddy John. He said, 6 years ago, I lost 100 pounds. I've gained about 30 cents, and my blood pressure has gone way up. I guess how to get back in balance. I feel too close to this. Okay. All right. So we'll look at bringing the energy into balance, which would then have a direct effect on your physical body as well. So let's take a look at why that's occurring. Ojiba, lots of love to you. All right. So DV stands for domestic violence. All right. I'll keep that in mind when I pull your card as well. We'll take a look. Okay. So let's tap into our friend John. Okay, so feeling out of balance in the body, what really is going on in there? What's the energy behind it? So the first energy, wanting to shed, wanting to release, and then you feel like some of that's coming up, the blood pressure rising, meaning tension. Okay, so interesting. When I was tapping into you, John, I was seeing, I guess it was like a representation of you, like as if you're sitting in a chair and you have this mask on, like a Halloween mask. And it's like a smiley, like Halloween mask. And there are all these people who are in front of you, talking to you, asking you questions. And it's like you're speaking from behind this mask, like wanting to put on a particular facade or front, wanting to be seen a particular way. And although you may feel that you speak pretty authentically and you do things that are authentic, there's this, it seems like a worry on how you're perceived, especially if the people are very close to you. Sometimes we may not care so much, when it comes to strangers, although for some people it's the reverse. They care more about what strangers have to say rather than their friends and family. But yeah, I just keep seeing this, like, very afraid to have people see the real me. And sometimes when we say the real me, we feel like the real me is our shadows. Like, but we're a balance of everything. We're light and shadow. So if somebody were to see the real us, they would see all of that, all of our beautiful qualities, all of our not so beautiful qualities, our shadow and our light. But it seems like in this instance, it's the, if people were to see the quote unquote real me, there's this fear going directly towards the negative. Like they'll only see this, only see my shortcomings, only see my faults, or what you view as shortcomings or faults. So it's this, I don't know, having to always put on a different face for that. So let's pull a card. And it seems like that's where some of the imbalance in the body is coming from. Where at first there was the, I feel like I could purge this um, shadow. And, we call them shadows because sometimes we're not even aware that they're there until somebody else brings it up or we see it reflected in somebody else. But it's a something that had been programmed into you. Perhaps you saw this in your parents or people around you, where they might have been open and expressive, but maybe to a point where they keep parts of themselves, you know they they want to put on this facade for people so that people don't judge them too harshly, things like that, or they feel like that's what would happen. And so it seems like that's something that you had picked up on. And so maybe it feels like when you were tapping into that energy, your brain took it as, I have to lose this weight, when really the weight energetically is that program that I fear, if people saw me, the real me, for all of my everything, that would make me very uncomfortable. They might judge me harshly, all of these things. So I put on a little bit of a facade that makes me feel safe and protected. So, and that's also what I feel the weight represented. The weight was a way to keep yourself safe and protected from what seemed like a very hostile outside world in the judgment department. But then understanding that that wasn't healthy to carry around, both physically and energetically, you wanted to release it. So you released it. But since the energy of it wasn't healed, it slowly started creeping up again. The blood pressure started creeping up, the weight gain started coming back again, because the body is saying, I don't think you understood the lesson yet. So we're trying to tell it to you in a different way. We're going to try to tell it to you this way. And so, in understanding that now you can go into meditation and say, oh, all right, now I know that there's a program, something running, something that's been in the background, um, saying that I am, I want to know why I might be afraid to show up 100% as me with no mask. Um, so let's pull a card for verification on that. I got the key lime pie once again. Um, yeah, and I'm getting that once you start working on this intentionally, now that you know where this imbalance is stemming from, now the power is back in your hands. You know how to heal it now. You know how to tackle it. You know where to go, the ins and outs in your meditations with that. And so now you can let your body know, hey, I got the lesson. I understand what you're trying to tell me. You don't need to speak to me in this way, with this particular lesson. Again, you can release this now. And so I definitely feel that the more you work on this now in meditation, now understanding where this imbalance is coming from, the better you're going to start to feel physically. So, as within, so without, as they say. All righty. So, we have our friend Karen. Let's go back and look at this. John says, this resonates. My community has been reflecting me back negatively. Ah, interesting. Katie's worker is wondering if you guys have some grounding ideas, something that can help her to ground. For me, I would say grounding, closing my eyes, taking some deep breaths, and just bringing my awareness to my breath. And then I start to imagine just the energy of Gaia moving up from my feet through my body, and that energy just kind of circulating back down, just kind of grounding myself back into Gaia and reminding myself that I am Gaia, that I'm not disconnected from her. I can never be disconnected because I am her. And just kind of keep that going in your brain over and over and over, just focusing on the breath until you start to feel a little bit more grounded. At least that's what works for me, but I would love to hear other ideas. Billy says a weighted blanket or weighted plush helps me to slow and settle. John, you're very welcome. Okay, so, oh, hey, Kayla has a reading for Susie. Excellent. Will do. Um, Definitely look into your client here. Okay. So a client that suddenly quit. Um, let's take a look on how you can help yourself with this. Katie says throat chakra. Susie's saying for grounding, go out and stomp on some dirt. It sounds weird, but it makes you laugh a little like a child. Aw. Okay. So KDS, let's tap in. Mm, okay. So although yes, your client has some things in this lifetime that she's working through her spouse, some things that the spouse is bringing up for her, trying to trigger her, trying to show her that she does have the power to heal, but the spouse is being a mirror for that. Just like she is being a mirror for him in that respect, in an area that he needs to heal. But really, what your higher self is saying is to take a look at how this is making you feel. You having a visceral, physical reaction to what is going on in this person's life. And although, yes, you care for your clients, just like I care for the people I read for, I care for my friends. Um, but think about the energy that's coming up with this. You talked about the spouse being in a position of power, the client, the energy of the client feeling helpless, feeling unable to do anything about it. So the triggering issue for you is the feelings of helplessness. And that's probably why you wanted to help people. You wanted to help empower people because there were times maybe when you're growing up could have been in school, could have been something in the household, many ways that we become programmed. But there were times where you were taught to feel powerless, that you didn't have the ability to help in this way or even help yourself. And so that not being a great feeling, because it's one that also stems to a lack of self-esteem. Sometimes that's what goes along with it. um, and then we want to help ourselves by often helping other people too. We say, I want to show people that they don't have to feel like I feel or I felt. So with this particular client, the reason it is because that is also something to help heal inside of you. And although, yes, we will definitely send healing energy to your client and everything that she's going through, also recognize that this is a beautiful opportunity for you to heal that aspect within yourself. Because remember that if we're all connected, remember this, red thread, I was talking about before, that we're all connected. You are your client. You are also the client's spouse. You are your cats. You are me. You are everybody here. And if that's true, then whatever I help to heal within myself is going to have an effect on that collective consciousness. So if that is something that's in the collective, a lot of us have aspects of that, of, feeling powerless at times or having low self esteem. The more we all work on it at an individual level, the more we help those people that we worry about. That if you really want to help this woman, yes, there are the 3D things you can do. You can talk to people, you can reach out, whatever you can do in that respect. But it hits a point where you can't do anymore, and that's where we have to go in energetically. So when you go inwards, say, okay, I thank my clients. I thank this situation for coming up for me, because it's showing me where I need to heal within myself. And if I can do that, I know that I'm helping them as well as myself. And that's the most loving thing you can do, because it's showing love for self, but also recognizing that love in that other person. You recognize that you are that person, and that your energy is what's way more powerful than anything that we can do in 3D. That's why when we go to doctors and things, there's only so much a doctor can do, because it's all just written down in a book, something they can memorize. But if you really want to get to the core, you want to get to the energy, 3D tools don't work for that. That's us. It comes from within. So let's pull a card just to confirm that's we're on the right track with that. Ooh, we have blue moon. Speaking of blue, you were talking about throat chakra. This is dream, imagine, and create. So this is the opening of the throat chakra. Yes, like I said, you can do what you can in 3D. There's the actual voicing of what's going on, how you feel. But we need this voiced internally. This is a talking to the ego and talking to the soul. Say, I see where, why this situation that's come up is making me feel this way. I want to heal this. Show me where I can heal this. This is you stepping into your power. So anytime you felt like you felt powerless, or you felt like you had no control over a situation, this is you taking control of a situation. This is you stepping into that power and saying, I have the ability to change something. I have the ability to fix this, because I can see it within myself. I'm no longer powerless and just, allowing things to happen to me. I can go inwards and I can take a look at this and I can heal this. So it's opening up the inward throat chakra, I would say. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Susie, this is Karen. I hope it works out for the client and you. Yes. Susie says, what I need to know or work on. Okay, all right. For Susie's card, excellent. So thank you, Kayla, for getting that for her, our mighty, mighty moderator. Okay. And by the way, Kayla has been a KWT Magic member for almost 2 years. Wow. Thank you. Okay, so let's pull a card for Susie. And Mike says, "You are strong." Karen, you are very welcome. All right, so Susie, let's take a look in. Okay, so Susie, it's like I was seeing you at different ages from, little girl to, getting older. And it's all these opportunities that have presented themselves to you. It's not like we won't ever stop getting opportunities, but in these certain opportunities, the turning down of the opportunity came more from the ego than it did the higher self or the heart. And it seems that sometimes when you're on the verge of really wanting to express something to the world, or you want to offer something to the world, you want to share something or create something, that the programming has stopped you many times and has tried to use its logic to convince you that, oh, you're just not ready yet, or oh, you just don't have all the facts yet, so I can't do this thing yet, I can't share this yet because I don't have all my ducks in a row, so to speak. But if we go further back, just like we were talking about with Karen, there's always something behind something. It's like a layered onion. So let's say um, let's say you create something and you want to share it with everyone, and in your heart that's something you really want to do, but then the logic comes in, the ego comes in and says, oh no, I can't share that yet because it's not quite perfect, and I would want it to be perfect before I shared it with everybody, or I just don't quite have all the information, but once I do, then I will share it with everybody. But what is the ego really trying to protect? That's just the surface level stuff. What's really going on underneath there? And underneath there is a fear of being judged poorly, kind of like what we were talking with our friend John, which is great. It's there's a reason why all of our readings seem to help each other, and we have them here. But it's the feeling inadequate, as if what I have to offer isn't enough. So that would be coming from somebody who taught you to have low self esteem, that what I have isn't good enough. So although the ego may be telling you, once I learn more, then I'll do it, it's really just keeping you in a state of limbo, because it knows that it never wants you to share things. It never wants you to put things out there because it's trying to protect you from the fact that it thinks that you're not capable, or that you don't have something as good as, XYZ person over here. So what your higher self is trying to tell you right now is, whenever you have that feeling come up, and yes, I know this is a journey, but when that feeling comes up, you have to ask yourself, okay, first, my mind is trying to make this make sense to me logically, that, oh, I feel like I have to do this and this first, but why is that coming up? Why do I feel that I have to do this first, before I can share something that's coming directly from my heart space? Okay, so then it's, we have to go back in, and I have to heal the wound that says that I'm not enough, that I am somehow small, I don't have anything to share, with the world. And that's what we have to go in and heal. And you may find out that those words and that feeling aren't even yours. They could have been coming from family members. It could have been coming up from teachers and people that surrounded you at a very young age, convincing you that their shadow was your shadow. And as you've taken this on into adulthood and you've had it for so long, we are now convinced that this is just us. This is me. I am the one with low self esteem. I am the one that doesn't have anything to offer. but that's not true. That was somebody else, what they thought was true for them. And still, that wasn't true for them either. Somebody else told them that and they believed it. But this is, what we were talking about with Karen. Now you're back in the driver's seat. You have the power back in your hands and say, okay, I know where this is really coming from. I can go in and I can heal that. I can look at that. I can release it and realize that it wasn't mine to begin with. So it's okay to let that go. And it doesn't matter, you know, when we've had this revelation, the only time the that matters is right now. We're learning about it now. We'll work on it now. And we're not going to worry about like how long is this going to take me to heal and things like that, because I felt like that's where your mind was going. But we're just going to focus on right now, what's coming up for me right now, and that I have the ability to heal this right now. And then whatever comes after comes after. So let's see. Susie says freedom. Tara is taking super chats and super stickers. All right. Yes, yes. So our friend Freedom is here. Says hi everyone. Does the readings work? Do I have to give my name or do intention or directly question? Yes, it's super chats and super stickers. Susie said, all true. I hear it. I don't want to fail people. Exactly. It's just what the ego is trying to convince you, because it's trying to hide what it thinks is it's protecting, which is actually somebody else's shadow. But you know what? You got this. And you know that it's not yours. So we can release it. We give it back to transmute it into Mama Gaia. Nancy says, I love that. We can glean wisdom from readings for each other, such blessings and good advice. John says, I don't want to take on others' karma for me or them to heal. Yeah, that's why we've got to look inwards. Sometimes we find some of the stuff that we've carried, it doesn't matter how many years we've carried it. The fact is that we find it now, at least. But yeah, sometimes we carry things because we thought it was ours, but really it was just somebody else putting it there. And they didn't even know they were putting it there. They thought, well, this is, in my mind, this is the truth. So I'm speaking what I think is the truth to you. And so sometimes we internalize that. Billy says, I can relate to my art. I loved art. I do love art again. I need art like I need air, but I had a terrible teacher at school whose narrative of criticism became my own narrative. Aha. But you're conscious of it, so it's definitely something we could work on. And Susie says, love you as always. You nailed it. Very welcome. All right, let's see. Did we have any other super chats or super stickers? I'm just scrolling through here. Susie sending Billy hugs. All right, let's have some more tea. Okay. All right. Well, if we don't have any more super chats or super stickers, let's go on to our meditation. I'll do our channeled guided meditation. Before we do so, again, I want to say a thank you to everybody who entered the giveaway and everybody who subscribed to this channel, everybody who supported this channel, has shared our videos and things like that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to my YouTube members and my patrons. Don't forget who our winners were today. We had Honeybee Dream, who got the Guiding Light Tarot. Thank you for being a supporter. Also, we have Nancy, who got her, it'll be belated birthday gifts, I guess, but she got the Healing Journey with the Feminine and Masculine to Divine Union, plus this lovely half geode. And, yes, there is an and, the Your Cosmic Year. And then our friend Kayla got a Mayan Destiny chart reading. So we're going to be doing up her chart, doing a walkthrough. So thank you, everybody. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, let's get ready for this meditation. Let's see, Billy says, it's taken 3 decades, but I'm finally stepping back from that. Excellent. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter how long. It's just as long as we just do a little by little every day. Kayla said, thank you, Tara, again, and congratulations. Thank you, thank you. Susie says, yay, Billy, I'll be doing the same. Mike sending his love. Susie says, yes, thank you, and congrats again to the winners, and thank you all for participating. Lizzie Sunshine, hello. Karen said, congrats to all. I seriously need to separate and ground right now. Hey, no worries, no worries. Yeah, so Kayla, you can message me on Instagram at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, or you can send me an email. Either way is good with me. And I believe my email address is down below. If not, just go through my website, go to the contact page. John said, this was a lot of energy today. Tell me about it. That's why I had my heart/grounding tea. I'm like, woo! All right, so let's do this. Let me move out of the way so you guys can have a better view of our birdie friends back there. Here we go. There we go. That's a better image. So that's their little creek back there, and we have the birds have been flying in and out. So let's go ahead and do this channel guided meditation. I know that obviously the meditations could be focused on healing, but I don't usually know how it's going to go. So that's where my higher self comes in. So, all right. So go ahead and get yourselves nice and comfortable, wherever that is for you. So if you want to be seated under a tree, perhaps in a chair, maybe you want to be seated on the ground, or maybe you want to lie down on the ground or on your bed. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to bring our awareness to our breath. And for this, I want you to place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your abdomen. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel that gentle rise of the chest. How it fills not only your lungs, but that energy seems to move throughout the entire body. Feeling that life force energy. And as we exhale, feeling the chest move down, as we feel all that old stagnant energy moving away from us, releasing it so that it can transmute into something beneficial and beautiful for someone else. We continue breathing in this manner. In and out. As you continue breathing, we're going to move into a visualization. I want you to visualize what would it be like to be back in the womb. But in this case, we are not in the womb of the one we call mother in this incarnation. We are in the womb of Gaia herself, surrounded by fluid, held close. The sound that catches our attention the most is Gaia's heartbeat. And as you tune in to this heartbeat, you begin to hear the sound of your own heart and how it feels when they beat as one. Noticing how your heart is beginning to sync with that of Gaia, just as her heart syncs with yours. And how much comfort we feel with that rhythmic beating of the heart, feeling safe and secure, surrounded by this amniotic sac, this fluid, this water, as if we were being swaddled in a blanket, held close to our mother. And in this space, we move to get more comfortable within our mom, listening to the heart, which is the center of our world in this space. And all other sounds outside of this womb, outside of this space, seem so distant, so far away, so unimportant at this moment in time. For what is most important at this time is the feeling of love. Love for ourselves, love for the person whose heart we hear. In this instance, it is Gaia. We feel as she feels. And in this moment, it is unconditional love. That we are the center of her world at this moment. That everything that she brings in, she does for you. Your sustenance, your healing. This is her way of showing you her love. But also, in the biggest way that she shows her love is to hold you in her womb space, the most sacred part of her. She sees herself in you, just as hopefully you see yourself in her. And anything you feel you need to release at this time, something that might be worrying you, something that you feel stuck on, release it as a whisper into Gaia's heartbeat. Allow her to speak back to you through that heartbeat. How you can aid yourself. Allow her to show you your strength. Allow her to show you how strong you truly are and how much you mean to the world. Continue breathing. And if you need to, you can stay in this space for as long as you wish. And you can come back to it at any time. But when you feel ready, go ahead and slowly bring your awareness back into your physical body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. And perhaps having yourself a little stretch. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Oh, wow. You guys have a bird dancing in the water back there. He's taking a little bath. see if I could zoom in on this guy. Billy said, beautiful. Thank you. John said, thank you. Love you all. Oh, and he's off. All right, you guys, let me scoot back over here. Thank you to everybody who joined in today's chat, everybody who joined this giveaway. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for hanging out with me on Sundays. This is my favorite part of my Sundays. I look forward to it every week. Yeah, so I guess I will catch you guys next week. Tomorrow we do have a channeling coming out, and this one is going to be about the sun. So if you had any questions about the sun, what is it? Is it holographic? Is it real? Is it source? Why is there two suns? Why did the sun change color? Any of those questions, hopefully we got them answered in the channeling for you. So definitely check it out tomorrow. And we will be doing a hopefully bonus channeling this week as a thank you for hitting those 10,000 subscribers. So that way you guys get 2 channelings for this week. So, oh, Honeybee Dream is here. Hey, Honeybee, don't forget you are the winner of the Guiding Light Tarot. So go ahead and email me, Tara at kittensweightsandtarot.com. The link for that is down below, or just go to my website and go to the contact me page, or to Instagram at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and let me know your mailing address and I will send your goodies off to you. So thank you to everyone, all my subscribers, my patrons, my YouTube members, our Sunday live chat crew, my mighty moderators. Thank you guys so much. Oh yeah, John wanting to learn who lives in the sun. Well, I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. So catch you guys next week. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye.